Welcome to Columbus, Ohio, and the venerable Horseshoe, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, a place that's home to such legendary names as Archie, Woody, Zeke, and Stroud. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Handoff from the gun. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to him. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Takes the easy completion. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the line getting set on 2nd down. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about, because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Fires to the wideout. And the misconnection on third down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Hand off from the shotgun. Gives him a little shake, and he's got some room. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, that's a big run play, and it's not easy to do down at this.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Moore will throw. And they can't complete the bullet pass on third down.
And how loud is it in this building?
The offense lining up for a first down play. Pulls and fires complete.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Looking to throw for it. He's got his man. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10.
And how about this offense, man? Being able to succeed, still winning without their bell cow, without their star being their star. This offense has not had a great game on the ground, but they're still in the lead.
Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Ducks have their offense in high gear. Leaves it with the running back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, you got to give this offense a ton of credit because
and the Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Snagged on the outside. It's low. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. The Ducks look to do some damage in the red zone. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Yeah, and if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical...
Offense set on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
how about the defender being a heat?
Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome to Corvallis, Oregon, Reser Stadium, home to the Beavers, and you better get used to the sound of chainsaws as the fans here been ready. First down here for the offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And he intercepts it. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Beavers! What a... Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll run it from the gun. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. A program whose history is built on speed. Oregon just ran away from the Beavers last time.
And the Ducks were ready to play a year ago. They were ready for a war. They came out, they took it to Oregon State. They didn't back off, Jesse. That game meant a lot to them.
Yeah, they just caught fire early. Oregon State couldn't put the fire out. They had no answers.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
That was a great example of a running back toting the rock with conviction. There's not a...
Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Give him about a yard on the play. It's down at the 10. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Quick pass on the jet motion. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hard...
We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. Moore to the air. He's got his man.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. From the shotgun, the inside give. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Working that left side now. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
And a great job by the QB.
First down for this offense. They're going to run it. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. A 3rd and long coming up here. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he slid through that attempt, and he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving this. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
Takes a hit as he fires. Oh, he makes the catch. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Finds a crease at the 20. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Grabbed on the outside, it's low. Goes out of bounds on the play, and he's got him set up 1st and goal. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. He'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, looking for the score. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. 3rd and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung.
They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside give. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
No gain on the play. 2nd down.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for the
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
Welcome to East Lansing, Michigan, Spartan Stadium and home of the Michigan State Spartans. We are in full-on stripe-out mode as the fans... Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got the tight end. At the 45, on his way. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Unloads to the right. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Man, what a big...
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Throws to the back. And they can't make the play on third down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play.
Bunch formation trying to confuse the secondary. Looking to go up top on first down. On the shovel. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on second and long from the 23. Moore will throw. Looking deep. Finds a man on the left. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Offense working from the pistol. Off play action on first down. Finds his tight end. At the 40, there he goes. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Now the play fake. Pocket starts to collapse. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. A big play for the defense with the first down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on second down. He's looking to throw. Release to the back. Gets it out quickly. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the... The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like the pass.
Third and short, they've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Out of the shotgun on third down. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
And we'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Going up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. And the ball is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to got to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after...
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime. halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Pulls it in.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Moore to the air. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more...
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Third and short from the 28. Let's see if this is four-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Fires to the big fella. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a...
The offense starts this drive in the shadow of its own end zone. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Well,
Defense really missed an opportunity to keep them backed up there. It's 1st and 10 from the 23. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. To the air on first down. Gets it out fast.
And on the slant route, I love the location of the throw by the quarterback. He's not making it difficult on his receivers.
Offense getting set for first down. He's got his man. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy.
The crowd elevating its energy, willing this defense to get a stop on this big third down. Spits it out to the back. It's on target and complete. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a... Now on second down. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Moore will throw. And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
And with that incompletion, it now sets up a very interesting...
It came down to the final quarter, clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. stadium is mid-sized in terms. Here comes the offense on first down. They'll run it from the gun. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You're the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer. Getting a chance to show what you're about so you finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And that is the way you set the tone. Man, early.
The offense set for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got him downfield. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. And it's another 1st and 10 play. They'll leave it with the lone back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can... I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, running back on the move. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They'll run this play from the pistol. Give to the running back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. 3rd down after the run. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Grab near the marker. It's Casper. He's off to the races. And he'll take it to the house. He got a first down for the offense. They go to the ground. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand, right in the middle.
On first down, here comes this offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Moore to the air. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
Yeah, and you use these running backs.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're...
First down here for the offense. The option look. He'll pitch it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give out of the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And now on second down for this offense. Running back goes in motion. He's going to pass on second down. Quickly to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
A big fella, the tight end, though.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. It's a great job by the offense.
Firing to the right, complete. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. And here comes the offense on second down. They'll run play action. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Our coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
To the ground to try to move the chains. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Tie game here late in the 4th. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. So going for it on 4th down is one thing. Quite another to say. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. Got room on the return. Touchdown, one. Offense gets set for second down. Moore will throw. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
3rd and long, defense.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Here we go. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. 3rd down in overtime, and they need to get it to the end zone. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4.
The drama built throughout this game, memorable plays, and then finally the gut-wrenching loss at the end in overtime.
This coaching staff is going to look back at the overtime, and they're going to wish they had called some different plays. They had some things set up, but ultimately, with games like this, they come down to the wire. You got to be able to dial up plays to win. I don't think this coaching staff did a great job.
And it's so frustrating to get to this point and make enough plays to be in the game, to come up short in overtime. I'd almost rather get blown out or this game decided in regulation. Just very frustrating to lose a game, especially like this in OT.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome to Boone Pickens Stadium, Stillwater, Oklahoma, home to the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. Pistol Pete ready to start firing those pistols for the battle we have in store. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis. Join you. Offense set on first down. He wants to throw. The short hands, it's low. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. This offense will snap it from the 42 on first and 10. Zings it complete to the right. Still on his feet at the 45. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Now on first and 10 from the 35. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. From the gun, the ground game. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's third and 7.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring.
First down here for the offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. It's complete to the right. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. They'll line up for a second down play. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Moore to the air. Fires complete on the crosser. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there.
Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll go to the ground. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. After picking up a couple at second and 8. The play action fake. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on third and long. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
This is a point where you...
First down for this offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Second down coming up. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Makes the grab on the left. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
I just love quarterbacks.
And the Ducks have it with a first and 10. He's going to pass. They're trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man downfield. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. You always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack, and I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's slow. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Another incompletion, and I've seen...
The Ducks line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Offense getting set for 1st down. Moore will throw. Quickly complete. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Dumps it to the back. It's caught. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play. 15 yards on that one and a 1st down. Here comes the offense on 1st down. They'll go back to the ground. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And a nice...
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The offense set for a 1st down play. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Great move. Now he's got room. Open runway ahead. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side.
6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one deep. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touch. A 1st down for the offense. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. 3rd and short from the 49 is this 4-down territory. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. Bunch formation for these receivers. Might as well give it to him again. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? The run from the shotgun. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is...
A strong, methodical, workman-like effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another... everyone, and welcome to Autzen Stadium, home of the Oregon Ducks and the House of Loud, a place where great teams go to die. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Northwestern Wildcats taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. On first down, here comes this offense. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Moore to the air. Caught. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
The quick passing game does several things.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the back. Oh, what a move! He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. First down here for the offense. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Off-play action. Fires to the tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. And how easy was that? See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. From the gun, the give, looking for room.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
It's complete to the left. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. The Ducks brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. It's complete. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally. The offense lining up for a first down play. Here's the handoff. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just...
Offense set on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And he's going to run it. First down here for the offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Throws to the back. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Hit the afterburners, kid. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Right back to the well. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first.
Looking for a productive play on first down. The give from the gun. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the...
Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield.
First down for this offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. A strike downfield. Can anyone catch him? Touchdown! Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
In this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum.
The Los Angeles Coliseum, once home to the Olympic Games and many of the most memorable moments in sports, and also home to the USC Trojans, who are prepared to fight on once again today. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the USC Trojans. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
At the 45 on his way. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop it. Deep in the season, they've got him penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. From the gun, running back gets the gift. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put...
Line gets set, first down. To the ground with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop?
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right?
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Lofts one high and deep. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
Sweet cut there. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. They'll throw it on 1st down. Finds the tight end. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a 1st down. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Offense getting set for 1st down. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the 3rd. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. 1st down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Moore will throw. Fires to the middle. And that pass intercepted. Got him down quickly after the pick, but man, do you have to take care of the ball down here, and they didn't. They'll mark it at the 27. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On third down, he drops to throw. He makes the connection. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another play. And the Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. This offense has a second down play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Line getting set on second down. Wide receiver shows motion. Looking to throw on second down. Getting some heat. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
It's complete on the right side. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
We try to throw these curl routes again.
This is the biggest drive of the game, but the offense has to stay cool. No reason to panic. Then again, panicking is never a good idea, is it? Good timing on the quick out. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Moore to the air. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
After that incompletion, fourth and short now on their own side of the...
Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute.
next to the Willamette River. Autzen Stadium is a jewel in the Pacific Northwest, and the flock of Ducks that call it home have made this one of the most challenging places for any team to come calling. A Big Ten showdown is coming. Conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Here comes the offense on first down. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground, he's got it again. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Moore will throw. Finds his big tight end. Running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks at first down.
I think it's really important for this offense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. You can hand it. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Got the back over the middle. The Ducks with the 1st and 10. They want to just keep throwing it. The quick out. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out.
The offense set for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. Using the quick game. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Now on 2nd and short after the first down completion. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Moore to the air. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is intercepted. Takes it the other way. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Corn. A first down for the offense. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this
I know this defense feels like they missed.
On first down, here comes this offense. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Fires to the right. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel in the...
Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's low. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Taking it the other way. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Huskers! The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard to practice all week. But at this point,
probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. He wants a big play here late. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Makes the catch. He's got enough. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
that's a great example of the receiver.
Well, after back-to-back losses, this team is really teetering on the edge of disaster.
They got to try to hold on to the positives, as hard as that is to do right now, having lost a couple back-to-back, because this team has good players, and they've got good schemes on both sides of the ball. Just things have not gone their way. They just need to make a few more plays to turn this thing.
Yeah, and they can do it, and they will do it. Listen, you got